This video is intended for adult collectors or adults who want a nostalgia fix, not for kids. Although children may appear in this video, they are in it for review purposes only. If you are a child, please make sure to get your parents' permission before watching and make them watch it with you.
I remember when I got my very first Aquaman figure. It was 1984 or 85. My parents went into their lawyer's office and left me alone in the car, with the doors locked and the windows cracked. Disclaimer, don't do this. Not only is it illegal, it's also potentially deadly. When they came back, they took me to a small general store across from where we had parked. Because I had behaved so well, they said, I could pick out anything I wanted. And there he was. This place barely had toys, but somehow it had one of the most colorful, eye-catching, aesthetically pleasing toys ever made. The first thing I did with the figure is lose the trident in between the cracks of the car's back seat. Now let's take a closer look at the packaging and everything that this figure has to offer. On my previous Superpowers reviews, I've gone more in depth into how the packaging was laid out, so I'm just gonna allow ourselves to just drool over how beautiful this packaging looks. On the back, you've got this whole wonderful collection. This being Series 2, it has all new good guys and all new gods to collect. I know I must have asked my parents to get me this one, get me the other ones. And to their credit, they got me half of these figures. Now we got the powers for Aquaman, his weaknesses, his enemies, and his secret identity. Now the packaging for this one is a little rough, with the bubble slightly coming off the card. It's not that bad, but it is pretty dented, pretty folded at the ends, and well, the bubble is pretty banged up. So I don't feel too bad taking this figure out of the box. And here's the mini comic that Aquaman came with. Now as a kid, I didn't get to read it because, well, I was 4 years old and my first language is Spanish. But after reading it now, it's so good. Not only does it, of course, showcase Aquaman, the figure it came with, but it also showcases Penguin and the Flash. And taking a look at the figure outside the box, this is incredible. Because what they offered us in the box is what they actually delivered. One of the worst things was seeing the caricature of a figure on a box and the figure inside nowhere resembled what they promised. But this guy, all that this figure is missing is the two little fish right there. But this is what they promised, this is what they delivered. Another incredible aspect to this figure is all the detail. Look at that. This is such a great looking figure. From top to bottom. Let's take a closer look at the trident. It's beautifully sculpted. Aquaman has 7 points of articulation. Head, both arms, up and down, all the way around. Legs, up and down and to the back. And his knees. And with every Superpowers action figure, you have to be careful with their articulation, especially where they're connected to their superpower action. Such as Aquaman's superpower action deep sea kick. There isn't much detail on the face, but I mean, he's got a face. The detail in the hair though, giving him like wavy hair. The detail on the torso, like the scales on it, they look so great. Then he's got fins on his gloves. The detail on that buckle, his black underwear. He's got fins on the back of his legs. From there isn't much, and there doesn't need to be much. Let's take a look at his power action. No. He shares the same sort of mechanism as the Flash, where you squeeze his arms and he'll kick. And this is another incredible thing about the Superpowers toy line, is that each figure had a height differential. Flash is a little shorter than Aquaman, and Aquaman is a little shorter than Superman. This is Aquaman, and the only way I can do a proper review is to put him into the water. I have a slightly used Aquaman figure, and that's the one we're gonna use for the underwater review. It's nearly impossible to get him to kick his legs around underwater. It does work a lot better out of the water. At least out of the water. It's got good action. You can pretend he's swimming and that he's in the water. It does still look real cool. Thanks for joining me on this retro unboxing review of the 1985 Superpowers Collection Series 2 Aquaman figure. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and ring that bell so that you're notified for the first ever underwater unboxing review of the 1990 DC Comics Superheroes Aquaman by ToyBiz.